letting go of addiction day 2. So, you know, I wanted to come to you guys with a bit more clarity after watching the last video. I just realized I seemed very down, especially like towards the end, and that's not the energy that I want to bring as Big Bro G. I want to bring uplifting energy and positive energy, um, towards anybody, towards anybody that's feeling bad, anyone that's feeling good, raise their frequencies even higher. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, with this video, I have just a few topics to talk about that I've been thinking about. I took some time out of my day to jot down some notes. I have like a little notebook right here. It has my video idea. So, first thing I'm gonna talk about. Wait, actually, y'all thought I was just gonna let y'all watch the video without me telling y'all to like and subscribe and comment down and share? What? Malaya, get out of the video, bro. This is my personal video. No. Hey, put the blanket on, bro. Don't need nobody looking at your legs, man. Yeah, they can see. Well, now my big head is in the way, but all right, bro. You're taking up time. You know I have to edit this, and I have to rewatch this, and then I gotta I'm gonna just add this in there. I don't care. Anyways, no, but for real though, I need to actually. I'm making a video. This is actually pretty serious. So I appreciate it if you respect my space. So, anyways, guys, I have a few things that I wanted to talk about. First topic, um, is well, there's so many things that I want to talk about, but I think the first topic is having clarity on what it is that you actually want, and having clarity on what it is, on the reason why you're doing what you're doing. Um, so with that being said, I'm gonna talk about my goals for what I'm doing. So my first goal is to reach at least 500 subscribers. Um, if y'all haven't known, to become monetized on YouTube when you're doing long form content like what you see right here, like it's kind of weird. I have OBS right here, and then I have my camera right here, so it's a bit different. But once it's a long form type content type of deal, you only need about 500 subscribers. Not about, you need exactly 500 subscribers, and you need to have um at least 3 videos posted within the last 90 days. So if you guys haven't known that, I guess that was a new update, because before it used to be like I believe it was like you need 1,000 subscribers and like 400,000 hours of watch time, and I was like, that's impossible. I thought it was, but nothing's impossible if you keep sticking to your grind. So yes, um 500 subs, that is my goal, and uploading daily is also another goal, at least just once a day. I would love to get double uploads in, video, like gaming videos and stuff like that. But right now, OBS is it's something that I'm still trying to wrap my head around of. Um, yeah, I can see the gameplay when I'm playing, but I just can't hear the gameplay sound. I do have a bit of a different setup, so it may come off a little bit unique. But I'm still working around it. That's in the works. So definitely double uploads, gaming vids, talking vids, just like how I'm doing right here. Um, yeah, 500 subs, man. That's the vision. So the second thing I want to talk about is the platforms I'm going to be posting on this 30-day journey. The only platform I'm going to be posting on is going to be YouTube. Um, I took some time to think about my why, and this may be controversial, or a lot of people might be biased towards this idea or ideology. Is I plan on posting strictly on YouTube because I was inspired on YouTube specifically, watching Corey Kenshin, his gaming videos. That's what, you know, specifically, like, that was the person who specifically inspired me to become a content creator. Because I mean, well, not only just Corey Kenshin, and I would say Wasabi Productions were my two biggest inspirations when it came to actually, you know, making content. And when Wasabi came out originally, I was about, how old was I? I was pretty young. I was like 7 years old, maybe. Nah, probably like 5 years old. Um, those guys, they had that unique, funny comedy skit like flavor, and that was, I would say, that was like the first seed that was planted for me. Um, and then growing up, once I hit middle school, I was put on. Shout out to my cousin, by the way. She put me on to Corey Kenshin. She would just watch his gameplay, and this dude was just so funny. Like, he was funny to me. Like, he was he was he was amazing. So, reason why I'm doing only long form content is because I feel like it's going to best support my journey in the long form content creation, long form, uh, long term gratification. Um, I feel like something like this would help me explain my thoughts freely, even though you can make content however you want it. I feel like after these 30 days, I might start pushing short form content out. But honestly, as of right now, I'm just gonna stick to the long form content because it gives me that nostalgic feeling. And if you guys know what I'm talking about, y'all would understand. Um, with that being said, that's all I really wanted to say for this rant. I didn't want to like say too much. Um, I just wanted to keep it short and sweet for you guys, and just let you guys know about my intention. It's like my intentions of like this 30 day this 30-day detox. But before I actually end the video, I'm looking at my notes. But before I actually end the video, I did jot down a few notes that I wanted to actually dive into. Um, when it comes to dealing with those vices, like I mentioned yesterday, like I said, my two main ones was the P and you know, the plant. You know what I'm saying? So, struggles throughout the day. That's one thing I really wanted to talk about. Um, I'm gonna give you guys a perfect example of like what a struggle looks like in my day. Sometimes, like I'm not gonna, you know, get into any specifics for monetization reasons, but when people have that little stick that has that stuff inside of it, and then they probably go like this, and you know what I'm saying? Um, let's just say there is access to it at home, and you know, I deal with hardworking parents that they have their ways to cope with life's challenges and obstacles. Ain't nothing wrong with that. But when you're around that, and when you used to do it yourself, um it kind of just like, and then when you see it, it's like, I don't know, it's no weird stuff, but it's like it activates something in your mind where you want it. And I've been noticing how you tend to crave things that you can't have even more, because you can't have it, but it's right there. And that's why I'm making this video, and that's why I jotted it down, because um I want to I'm going off the head, so bear with me right now. I just want to build discipline that way by knowing and being aware that it's there, but understanding that right now might not just be the time for it. And a lot of people have to, well, I'm not going to say a lot of people, I'm just going to talk about myself. If you can relate to it, go ahead and drop a thumbs up, you know. But um separating or disattaching yourself is a key thing to do when you are aware of its presence, but you understand how it affects you. You know what I'm saying? Especially if it affects you negatively. And it doesn't only have to be what I'm talking about, it can be with anything, any of your addictions. Once you're aware, you know, once you're aware of your addiction, hold on, I'm gonna drop the comment that all about Miss Benjamin said on my last video, because that's my auntie, mad love. She's out there in Charlotte. I ain't gonna give out too much detail because gotta protect the family at all costs. That's big bro's job. You know what I'm saying? If y'all not living like that and you're being big bro, or you really big bro, you know what I'm saying? So shout out to her. She dropped this comment. Hold up, I'm actually pull it up for you guys real quickly. I am using OBS. I just realized how, like, what's it called? No, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I'm on YouTube, Lele. Yeah, I'm on YouTube. Oh yeah, no, cause it's not for kids. This video is not for kids. When you grow up, you might be able to see it a little bit more. Okay, so look. So this is what all about Miss Benjamin said. So Lele, hold on, Lele, stop. Wait, I'm recording. I'm recording right now. I'm not. I'm being so serious right now. Okay, so if y'all can see that, I'm gonna go ahead and just go like this. She said right here, the first step to any addiction is admitting and acknowledging, like acknowledging. The first step to any addiction is admitting and acknowledging. So the ball is now in your court. By the way, and then she said, yeah. By the way, I found your content interesting because you are being you, and nobody can do that better than you. And that's this right here is a gem. You know, you guys gotta soak this up right quick. She said the first step to any addiction is admitting and acknowledging, and that's exactly what I did in the last video, because I understand that you know this addiction is hard, and I'm posting it on here to make it official. You know what I'm saying? You can say it to yourself, and then you do it behind the dark, and whatever's in the dark always comes out into the light. So you have to understand, if you're gonna do something, you have to be intentional. That's why I have my whiteboard right here. That's why I'm writing down notes on my video ideas, because like I have like the whole entire month of October down full of video ideas about this journey. I literally wrote it down last night because that's how serious I'm taking it. Because if you want to change, you have to actually make that change. You feel me? And sometimes the thing is, the question may be for a lot of young people like myself. I'm 18 years old. Hold up. The question for a lot of young people is, what steps do I take? You know the steps. You know what I'm saying? You know the steps. You always, like, I feel like if you believe in God or um any higher up, they have like, or if you have an intuition, every human I believe has an intuition. Your intuition is going to talk to you, because your intuition is the thing that's going to keep you safe. Your brain automatically moves to keep you safe, right? So if you're not if you're not listening to your intuition, you're gonna go ahead and go on the wrong path. And there's actually an example I like to use. Like if you're driving, right, and your intuition tells you to go right, to like, you know, to turn at a pavilion. Say there's like a, you're driving on the highway and you're going on the right lane to go ahead and turn into a pavilion or something. And then you kind of like just be stubborn. A lot of people do that. Like you would be surprised how many people are just stubborn. And I'm actually one of them. So say you keep going straight, right? And then something just bad happens. It's crazy. Like I can't give it a really good example, but when you don't listen to your intuition, you just kind of like struggle more. And I know that I'm going a little like off to the side, but you have to understand that listening to your intuition is going to guide you to the best way possible of whatever the outcome you're trying to reach. I'm being so serious. And I'm saying that because time and time again, I wouldn't listen to my intuition and I would struggle a lot longer. Like it would be harder. The struggle would be a little bit longer, and it's just it's one of those things where it's like, dang, I should have just listened to my intuition. I was right the first time. So listen to that. The reason why I got my notebook is because I listened to my intuition. I was like, let me get a notebook so I can jot down things. Didn't know what I was gonna jot down. I thought I was gonna use it for journaling, but I ended up, making notes for video ideas. And then so I guess that covers up my second point right there. Is listing ways to overcome your struggles or your vices or temptation. Um, just listening to your intuition, understanding that there's going like it's going to be good in the end. Trust your higher up. I believe in God personally. I believe that Jesus Christ died on the cross for our sins. So for that reason, I believe in God, and I believe that He has a higher plan for all of us. Or a really good plan for us all. And the reason why I'm talking fast is because I have to go to an appointment to get my back adjusted. I'm going to the chiropractor, guys. Bro, my back has been hurting so bad. All I do is stand up, and I need to get that fixed. Um, Lastly, I wanted to just touch up on the idea of um TikTok, short form content. It's like, it's cool and all. No hate, no shade towards it. But dude, it's one of those things where it's like it's very time consuming and you don't even realize how time consuming it is. Don't mind the sounds in the back. But you don't even realize how time consuming, you know, short form content is. You get into doom scrolling for the next 2 hours when you go ahead and watch a YouTube video, probably about two of them, then you get bored and you find something else to do. You know what I'm saying? So you say you watch like two 10-minute videos on YouTube, and you soon to get bored. It's only 20 minutes of your time versus like 3-4 hours just watching all this content that's tailored to your style to freaking boost all of your dopamine receptors. It's crazy. There's literally a science on why short form content is made. I don't if I can find a link, I'll definitely put it down in the description for you guys. um but yeah, these are my thoughts, and like I said, I wanted to come to you guys with a lot more clarity, um like of my goals when it comes to doing this. So I appreciate your guys' support. I appreciate you guys tuning in to this little spiel of mine. Day 2 detox. Clarity, clarity, man. Gotta have clarity on what you want, because if you don't have a clear goal or a clear reachable goal, then how are you going to get there? You know what I'm saying? So sometimes you gotta just trust. Sometimes you can't even sometimes you might not have clarity on what it is that you're striving towards, but you may have an idea of what you want, of the field, of the aspect of the sector that you're trying to be in. But having that clarity helps you know what you're going to do for your next steps. You know, if you're in a seminar, having that clarity, like I did, like jotting down notes, it gives you that structure to go ahead and talk about the topics that you thought about. So yeah, guys, I love you guys so much. Thank you for tuning in, and hey, man, y'all stay limitless. The sky is the limit, so you gotta be up all in it. You feel me? All right, it's Big Bro Geo. We out.